Hey, Jen Gibbs here, and today I want to talk to you about why you may have stopped losing weight or are not experiencing weight loss with V-Slim from Vasayo. I'll just preface this by saying that I am an AFAA certified group exercise instructor, which just basically is fancy for a personal trainer for a group class in a gym. So I do have a background in health and fitness, nutrition coaching, that kind of thing, and I understand kind of how different chemicals and interactions happen in the body, and so I just want to explain to you what may be happening if you find yourself in a plateau, as I have. If you follow my channel or you hop on my blog, you'll see that I've been chronicling my story of putting basically V-Slim and these other Vasayo products on trial, and I've been really intense about being completely transparent and explaining to you guys what's happening. And I was super excited to report in the first couple weeks. First week down 3 pounds, second week down 3 pounds, and then I had a weekend where, and this is all without any changes in diet or exercise. I want to make sure you guys understand that. Then the weekend came, I had like got a little crazy, put on a couple pounds, probably some water retention there from salt and whatnot. Then I did lose those 2 pounds again, but then I've been kind of steadily at this basically 8-10 pound loss, where I've been as my lowest point for the 2 years. And so I was kind of just watching to see, like, how are these products affecting my weight loss and that kind of thing. And I did take measures as well. And so you guys can see on my before measures and pictures and that kind of thing are there. But what I want to talk to you is, if you have encountered this weight loss plateau as I have, what may be happening, because I can tell that even though the scale is continuing to keep a similar number over like basically the last 10-12 days, you know, we've been up and down just 2 pounds and back up, and I'm like, gosh, come on, let's see the scale move, because I expect it to move, because I feel better. I feel firmer. I feel like my muscles are like tightening up, and I keep expecting that scale to move. Well, number one, the scale is not your indicator of overall health, right? It's just a number. It's just you and gravity on the planet. And so it doesn't necessarily indicate your state of progress, which I know everybody wants something measurable. They want to say, like, look how good I did. I have proof that I'm staying on track and my scale is lower. That's not what the scale does. The scale is just measuring you against gravity. So number one, you want to make sure you have some other way to tell of your progress besides just the scale, as valuable as the scale is. I know some people even put away their scale for 30 days at a time, or even like just at least a week at a time, just so you don't have those emotional up and downs as every day, like, oh, there's a pound back on, or a half a pound, or only down a little bit. So keep in mind, you want to use your how your clothes fit as a measure. You know, are your pants looser? And I'm looking at, my stretchy, comfy knit pants that I would wear for work. I have a cute little pinstripey pair. Used to be pretty firm. Now they're really kind of feeling loose, and I have to maybe pull them up here and there. So that's a good indicator. Okay, things are coming together. The other one is the tape measure, and so I can tell in just I think it was about the 3-week mark that I measured, I've lost 5 inches, and I didn't measure my chest, because that's a given. If you're a woman, you're gonna lose weight from your chest probably first, which we don't love, but it's just the fact. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna measure that. But from my waist and my tummy and my hips, like the part that matters most for that hourglass shape, and then also for your health, right? Your belly fat, all that kind of stuff, lost 5 pounds there. So 5 inches. 2 inches off my waist, 2 inches off my tummy or my widest part, and then an inch off my hips. So I can tell between the clothes and the measures that even though the weight is staying the same, progress is being made. I also can tell from how I feel that I'm feeling firmer and stronger, and I'm starting to see a slightly different shape in my legs, in my core, you know, in my glutes. So I can tell things are happening, even though the scale is kind of just like sitting there. And that's where, if you're in that spot, that's where you gain momentum. So that's good. That we want to keep that. You don't get discouraged. Don't throw in the towel. You stay there, because you are making progress, and pretty soon the scale will catch up. So don't throw in the towel. This is kind of the test of faith. So number one, how your clothes fit. Number two, in addition to just taking V-Slim for weight loss, I put the whole triad of the new Vasayo products on trial. So the Core Complete Multivitamin, also the V3 for energy, mood, and hydration, and then the V-Slim. So there's more information on all those. You can find them on my sites, the detailed. But the V3 is for energy and for mood. And so even though I'm a consistent exerciser, I haven't changed anything there. I've just felt it's been easier as I go, and I do believe in women should do weight training, lift heavy weights, right? Build the muscles that look so good, you know, that build the lines in your arms and your legs, and that create that beautiful tone look that we all want. That comes from weight training. And so as I go and as I've been weight training, I've been kind of at a, you know, being consistent, but, you know, not, I would say, progressing or growing in, you know, using stronger weights or whatever. I've kind of been maintaining over the last year or two. Well, as I've started this kind of putting these products on trial, I'm noticing with the V3 that the weights I used to lift are kind of easier. So I have been increasing the weights because it was just like, well, you know, I'm not going to do a bicep curl with a weight that doesn't challenge me, because that doesn't grow your muscle, right? That doesn't increase your muscle mass. You need to challenge that muscle so it can grow and accommodate your needs of your body, right? And so that's how we teach it to do that, is through lifting slightly heavier weights. So as I've been, over the last 4 weeks, putting these products on trial, I've been increasing the weights that I've been lifting. And so this is upper body, this is lower body, this is maybe putting a weight on my stomach as I do crunches and that kind of thing. And I can just feel everything starting to tighten up more. And what's beautiful about that is muscle munches up fat. Muscle requires a lot more calories to just exist on your body than fat does. So the more muscle mass you have, that's why it's so important to weight train, because that muscle mass is going to start evening out that fat ratio and reducing that body fat down, because it has to, because it needs those calories to maintain itself. So that's the beautiful thing about weight training. And so if you're doing what I'm doing and you've got your multivitamin in place, where you're getting all those essential core nutrients that you need for your body to function well and to repair well from workouts, right? Then that's going to be kind of a great side effect, is you're going to be increasing muscle and decreasing fat. And so this is very, very common. It's hard to measure this unless you have, you know, a very good fat monitor with your scale. But even often those in my nutrition coaching, when I worked in a corporate setting, I would find the more fit people were, if we had like really muscle bound guys, those really weren't as effective. And they would say, I know my body fat's like 8% lower than that. Well, yeah, those machines, unless you get the really detailed, expensive ones, they're not super accurate. So do maybe check into that, but don't be disheartened even by that body fat measurement on those scales that have the hand controls and the electrodes and the foot, because they only do measure so much. So the best indicator is are the lead measures, they call them. The things that you actively have control over are the lead measures, and the scale changing is a lag measure. That's something that happens later, but you have to focus on the lead measures, which cause the change. And then you'll get the lag measure, which is the decrease in inches, and the decrease in the scale comes after. So another thing, I just want to bring a little science into this. As you're converting fat into muscle, and that's kind of that change we have to take on faith, right? Because that scale sits the same. There's a couple of ingredients in the V-Slim that have been researched and proven to be making these changes. So I just wanted to bring those up real quick. I have my little cheat sheet with me, so I get these right. Because some of these are new to me and not marketed very well, so people kind of don't know that much about some of these ingredients that are fantastic. So Slimaluma is trademarked, the easy to say name, but it's a component that encourages weight loss in the body. And one way that it does that is because it blocks malonyl coenzyme A. Malonyl coenzyme A. And if you're a scientist, I hope I said that right. But basically, it's an enzyme that's needed for fat production in the body. And this ingredient in Slimaluma blocks that. So here you have an edge where we know this scientifically works. They've done it under a microscope. They're like, hey, you can't produce fat if you've got this stuff running around your body. So that's good, right? Another one in Garcinia cambogia is one of the ingredients in V-Slim. And it inhibits citrate lyase, which is an enzyme basically that converts glucose into fat. And so this again, you know, if your body's going through its normal, hey, you know, you ate too many carbs or too much calories or whatever, and we're gonna store it as fat, then by having V-Slim in your bloodstream, your body's like, whoa, okay, hold it, because we can't quite make fat. We don't have all the tools we need to convert that to fat. So so there you go. You're not only are you burning the extra calories from just the normal act of living every day, and breathing burns calories, right? But now you're preventing from more fat being stored. And the other one I want to mention is the chromium picolinate. So that one is a little more mainstream if you follow any muscle building or bodybuilding. You may be familiar with chromium, or chromium picolinate is the specific form. And what that does is it's been clinically proven to convert muscle into fat. And so having kind of this powerful set of, there's really 5 powerful ingredients in V-Slim. So check into, I have a post on the science behind V-Slim. So look into that, get some detail on what those ingredients are. But really, this is not pretend. These are real things that have been researched that affect muscle training, increasing in the body, and fat decreasing, right, or converting into muscle. And then also we have the coconut juice powder, which aids in hydration and detox, which would be the third item, the third reason that you may not be losing weight as quickly or may have reached a plateau with V-Slim, is because you may be detoxing, but not at an uncomfortable rate. You're not going to be running to the bathroom or feeling sick or getting headaches. I haven't experienced any of that with V-Slim, but what you are doing is gently starting to help hydrate and provide your body all the nutrients it needs to kick out toxins and fats it may have stored for a long time. So for example, many people don't realize that some toxins are fat soluble instead of just water soluble. And so those fat soluble toxins that come from all different areas of what we eat in our environment, in order for the body to not become toxic, it kind of wraps those around with fat cells to protect it, because it's a fat soluble toxin, right? And so it can only insulate from it by fat. So by detoxing slowly, you're able to do it in a safe and gentle way, so it's not uncomfortable for you, and it's at a pace that your body can handle, your liver and kidney can handle. You know, if you detox too quickly, it's unpleasant and it can be dangerous as well. So this is a great set of kind of the trifecta of the best case scenario for losing weight or for losing fat and becoming healthier, even if your scale is kind of stuck for a minute. So I would encourage you, stay on maybe a 6-week plan. Pay attention to how you feel. You guys, that is going to be your best measure. Do you feel like you're making better eating choices? I know for me, that's been one of the best benefits, is I really feel in control of my diet. I don't feel like I want to snack and eat cookies all over the place. I just feel like, hey, you know what? It's been a couple hours. Even though I'm not hungry, I probably should eat. Since I'm making a sensible choice, I can just go ahead and pick a protein and a healthy carb, you know, maybe a boiled egg and half an apple, or, you know, whatever combination, and I'll have more information if you need help putting those combinations together of the protein and the healthy carb. But just keep your metabolism stoked and burning, and keep through the process, and you guys will watch. The pictures and measures will continue to improve, and eventually the scale will catch up. So hang in there if you're stuck on a plateau, and maybe you're not, maybe you're just going right down the way and you're losing weight like crazy, and that's awesome. I would love to hear comments from both of those scenarios. I hope this information has been helpful. It's a little heavier than I usually go, just because there's some good chunky science in here. So let me know how you feel, what your experience has been, and let's continue this chat. If you don't have any V-Slim yet, there is a link associated with this post that you can get a free sample, or you can just get yourself a bag. You can get the Core Complete Multi and the V3 for energy that I talked about, and the Core Complete, I said that. The three, the V-Slim, the Core Complete, and the V3, the trifecta that I've been using that's been producing such great results for me. And I'll continue to update you on what that's looking like in my body and what that's feeling like. But right now, super successful, and I want that for you too as well. So reach out to me with questions, but for now, I will sign off. This is Jen Gibbs, helping you move forward.